running. Good morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the Bullishbrs community. That's over to our YouTube homies. Discord guys, good morning. Hope you're doing well today. I'm doing all right, Mr. Potato. Dude, concentrator is a really clever name for trading because we have to concentrate. But with all the bad things going on at the moment, I don't like saying concentrator too freely. But Mr. Potato is good. Let's see. So let's start off with the ES, guys, as per norm. And when we zoom in, we see that we've had a very strong bull trend. We had one pullback here, and we didn't take out on this pullback. We did not take out this previous day low. This is also our monthly open price. So if we could remain above this, I personally would like to see if buyers could step in. If we could get back below the monthly open, then yes, I'll probably change bias and go way bearish. Let's check our 6-hour, 4-hour. Looking for any possible demand zones. I do see this 15-minute demand right in here. It was broken yesterday for a little bit, but it ended up being respected. So I'm going to watch the 62.68 level. Yesterday, 62.88 was a really strong key level as well. We only really have about a 20-point range on the ES right now. So let's take a look. 3-hour, see if we have anything. And so because I just noticed, guys, on the 4-hour, how I have some lower time frames, like an hourly and 15, and it's giving me like a 20-point range, that tells me right away that I'm probably not going to find a supply or demand zone on the 4-hour or 3-hour or 2-hour because these are higher time frames. These require a bigger move. Yo, good morning, Kev from Florida. What's up? What's up? Let's see. So 3-hour, not seeing anything. 2-hour. Looking over here. Nope. Looking over here. Nope. 1-hour. So I have the 1-hour supply up here. Something I'll note is we had a 1-hour supply from Thursday that held as resistance twice. Now we had a new supply zone that formed on Monday off of that Thursday supply zone. So 6302. Something I'd consider, guys, is because yesterday was an inside candle, right? So this is the green candle from yesterday's daily. The high, the low, and previous day's high and low. So we didn't take out that previous day's low over here on that daily candle. So we had an inside bar. So a lot of times what traders will do, and I say traders, I'm talking retail and not so much institution, but as a trading strategy, would be they would look for these inside bars, they'd look for a break of one of the directions, and then they would take that trade in that direction. Now, something I'm going to note is if we could break that previous day high, if I'm looking at the hourly here, and we start, let's say we start rallying right at market open, and we get right into 6302. First, let's check it on Bookmap for anything. 6300, pretty big. 6305, pretty big. So we'll keep an eye on those. Other than that, we don't really have much above that. That's pretty interesting. So 6300, 6305, these are the levels I'm watching in this supply zone on ES for possible shorts, considering the fact that if we break this previous day high over here, a lot of people are going to think we're going to squeeze and just keep on rallying higher. Now, listen, if we push into the supply zone with some crazy strength and we just like rally right into it, no problem. I'll show you sort of what I'm thinking. If we just, like, let's say market's open. So the initial trade I would look for is rally into the market open into the supply zone, maybe find that 6305, starts a reject. If we could start to get that rejection, what I'll do is I'll look for a short position somewhere near 6302.25, maybe even try a little more aggressive near that 6304, depending on the reaction and depending where we reject. And then I'll tighten up my stop loss and I'll look to take a nice scalp to the downside because I'm really only looking for, look, this would be a 16-point trade. We saw that we sort of had yesterday, we had a 20-point range, right? 20-point range on ES. So I don't really want to shoot for something bigger than previous day's range if I don't have to, right? So this would still be a great risk to reward, and it's also going to still depend on my entry point and where I adjust my stop loss. So a few things are going to factor in here. This is my first setup that I'd be looking for on the ES. Let's take a quick screen grab of that. Then I'll show you guys the next setup that I'm going to be looking for. ES, S&P 500. So that would be a short in supply. Let's do. So now what I would also consider to look for is I look to see if quite possibly, like I said, if we want to break through this, let's say we start pulling back somewhere over here before we even hit supply and we consolidate, what I would then look for is I would actually look for a long position somewhere in the point that we started the rally, right? So I'd look for the imbalance to come retest, take the long positions, and look to target supply, right? So this is how I'm going to be able to sort of trade this range. Something else I would look for, right? Let's say we reject the supply zone. We start to sell off immediately, but we see that there's obvious buying pressure. Nasdaq's flying higher, things are much stronger, or we break through the supply zone. Actually, no, what I was looking for was a break of the supply zone, no problem. Then I would look for a retest of the 6302 as a key level, and I would look for longs off of that targeting new high of day. We have some liquidity sitting up here, right? In the sense that there are buyers that would get stopped out of the market. So we call this buy side liquidity. And that's sort of what I'd look for too as a possible target to the upside if buyers are able to hold strength today, right? And from this point, 62.87, that would be about 30 points. And again, nothing crazy. We're not in some crazy volatile markets right now, but we are still seeing a good range and some good possible trades. So that's sort of what I'm looking for on ES. There's this one. There is, let's see, and it's all going to depend also, guys, on price action and volume. It's really going to depend a bit more on volume because that's going to tell me if direction's holding or not. Guys, if you're here on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and join me for Futures Fever today on Benzinga. That's going to be pretty cool. We go live. Let me make sure I get the right link for you guys, though. Oh, yeah, that was the right link. Oh, man. Go live with Futures Fever on Benzinga. It's sponsored by Apex Trader Funding, so we do give a free Apex Trader account away, which is pretty cool. Let me just find that. Half a second here, guys. So you go to live. Futures Fever right over here. Make sure you click notify me. I'll share the link for you guys right now. Cool. Get that over to Discord. Get that over to YouTube. Where did my YouTube thing go? There we are. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like button. Do appreciate it. Free support in that like button. Nice Ozzy, dude. I love it. I have the fever. Alright, let's see. 1 hour, 90-minute. Just sort of checking through ES right now, seeing if there is anything to consider. I see right here we have our basing candle, but we don't really have a good supply zone because we have our sell-off, but continuation failed. 45, 30-minute. I might end up marking that area off anyways. Yeah. On the 90-minute rate, it's sort of a resistance zone. We see that when price came into it, and now we can look at a lower time frame, like a 15 or something. Every time price came into it for just yesterday's price action, it was major resistance. It was sellers, sellers, sellers. So now what I would like to see is if markets can open, if we could even push higher before markets open, and then retest this zone as demand. So that would be another trade setup I would look for, guys, on the ES here. Let's see, and that would be sort of a break higher, retest into this zone, and target the highs. So hopefully what I would like to essentially see is if New York session could open somewhere above the zone, we get a little push higher, we fail and move lower. If people could short that off of us failing that New York open, that's going to grab a lot of drawn liquidity, and then we could look for that to help us reverse back higher. This is also another possible setup on the ES if we are able to break above and hold this supply area. Again, just grab a quick picture of that. We're going to do a brief write-up so we know what we're looking at today. So right now we have the two setups on ES. We have ES shorts in supply. And what we're going to do too is give a little bit of a description of what's going on in the market right now. For the past 2 weeks, markets have been making all-time highs. However, the past couple days have gotten fairly range-bound due to the new uncertainties of tariff/trade worries. I hate that it does that. Slash, it says slash. Like, yeah, I needed that. Not really new uncertainties, but new in the fact that they were delayed, and now we're getting back to that delay right now. Let's see. Good morning, guys. For the past 2 weeks, markets have been making all-time highs. However, the past couple days have gotten fairly range-bound due to perfect. Great. So setup one we were looking for was that short in supply. Short in supply. And that is 6302 area. So 6302 area on ES is where I'd look for some shorts if we could continue the rally. So this might give us two possible trade setups, right? Where if we want to push higher this pre-market, come back, find support, go long, target supply, we might be able to then get out in supply and look for a short trade off of that. And we might be able to really try to capitalize on this range today. Short in supply 6302. TP 6288. Setup 2 was basically just the long off of this red zone. Setup 2, long off broken supply, which is around that 6288. Broken supply 6288. TP 6302. So again, markets could be giving us a pretty nice range, and we might be able to spot this range before it even happens using our zones, using our price levels and our analysis. Let's see. Oh, you know what I would like to see? Okay, good, perfect. Market AI, I was going to say, let's see how we're reacting to the hold on tariffs. And look at that. Yesterday, it was in neutral outlook. Now we're back up to active buying. So that interests me. Look at that. There's the break above this zone. Perfect, guys. Nice. So let's see if we get a nice little markup rundown of what's going on right here. Oh, wait, hold up. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well, man. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Is it Friday yet? Alright, we are golden, pony boy. We are golden. Alright, so last little brief of this market rundown. Our pre-market prep, pre-market analysis today is market sentiment seems to be trying to shift back bullish due to us delaying the tariff deadline again to August 1st. Awesome, man. Awesome, dude. Cool, cool, cool. I like that. I like that run up. I like that run down. I pick things up, I put them down, and all that fun stuff in between. Let's see. So that's ES. Take a look at NASDAQ. Everybody likes a little NAS in their deck. Let's see. Look at, guys. Oh my goodness. This is just gross price action. Other than, what was this, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday we had a nice rally for America for 4th of July. And then we've been chopping Monday, chopping Tuesday. Why should we expect continuation if we've been range bound? We need to be realistic and reasonable with the market. All right. All right, all right, all right. We are golden. We are golden. NASDAQ. What are we looking at here? So let's start on our daily. Make sure we get our previous day high and low. Okay, we got it. Let's mark out our open price. We'll go back to ES and mark out our open price in just a moment. Open, great. This key level, this yellow level here. Make sure it's right. Old all-time high. Fantastic. Let's delete that. Bum bum. 6 hour. Sort of the same situation where we're not really going to get that good of a supply zone. We're not going to get that good of a demand zone. This was this one right here, the 6 hour. We had our basing. The sell-off wasn't that strong though. So let's see, 4 hour. We did come back to all these broken supply zones, so all imbalances have been tested. I'm going to mark this zone out down here, guys, because we do see that this is a basing on the 4 hour right here. Not so much a demand zone because the rally and the continuation sort of failed, but it held as support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times here on the 4 hour time frame. So this is actually a very strong area on the NASDAQ around 22,873 near that old all-time high key level. 3 hour, just cruising through right now, seeing if we got any new supply or demand zones that we can mark up. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, YouTube. Run that like button up, man. What are you waiting for? So here's a 2 hour there. Did we end up marking that 4 hour? Or what do we have, 6 hour or something? So let's keep this where it is because I gotta check to see what that is. Probably a 30-minute supply. Let's mark this out as an S8 6 hour. So supply zone. This is our previous day high right in that supply. So we have sellers above previous day high on NASDAQ as well. So I'm definitely leaning a bit more on the shorts near the high of the range. But we're definitely going to have to see. Like I mentioned earlier, even before I saw Signet, or was it before or after? Whatever it was, when I saw Signet mention about the possible delay on the tariff deadline from today, July 9th, being pushed back to again August 1st. This is going to sort of let markets breathe and resume. We saw the last time they gave us a tariff relief is down here. Liberation Day, right? That April 7th, April 8th, he said, all right, tariff trade relief on all countries except China. And we'll resume in 90 days with trade talks. And markets have rallied extremely strong from lows to highs, about 38, 39%. That is wild, guys, on the ES in just a handful of months. That is absurd. So yeah, look, this was a 30-minute supply zone right here, and we haven't tested it yet, so I'm definitely going to be looking for this supply zone, S30. We're going to be looking for shorts in the supply on NASDAQ up here. Now, obviously, this is a pretty wide zone, looking at a 15-point stop loss at the moment. At the moment is the key word, though. Once we get into this zone, we find some areas on Bookmap, we find some strong asks, we see what's going on. Then we're able to say, okay, this is my entry, this is my exit. So I'm looking for 980, right? Well, here's 2300. 2300 is right near the top of that supply zone. So again, same situation as we always see with supply and demand. I'm going to look to see if we rally really strong into here, volumes picking up with price. I'm not taking it short. We move into here and volume is lower, then I am going to look for a short position off the supply. Previous day high gets broken. A lot of people are going to try to take that breakout on NASDAQ. I'd much rather be on the opposite side of that and fade those people who are getting caught on the wrong side trying to buy those highs. Yo, good morning, Leo. What's going on, man? What up, Federico? What's going on, Harvey? Dave? Good morning, guys. Austin, what's up, Habibi? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? All right, 15 minutes. Let's make sure we're not missing anything here on NASDAQ. We see how obvious our range is right now, right? So if we see how obvious our range is right now, we don't want to try to take longs near this supply zone, right? Because this would be the top of our range. So we would want to wait to see, okay, can we get a reversal up here again? Because every time price moves up here, sellers step back in. Every time price moves down here, buyers step back in. So those are the few things I am going to be looking for on NQ. Why did Apple tank? Oh, let's take a look. Yeah, Apple took a little dive right there. I don't know if I'd call it a tank. 0.4%, 87 cents. Not the craziest of moves. It is still even within previous days' range, so I don't know if I'd call that one a tank. If anything, Microsoft had a nice pop overnight. That one moved about where we at? Yeah, see, that one moved 1%, $5 right there. ES is in the zone. Well, you know what? With ES, we wanted to wait, right? We wanted to wait for the New York session to open in this zone and then pull back. So it's on Darvis box on the 5. Darvis box? Run that by me, let me know. But yeah, no, Ozzy, no trade yet in this zone, right? We want to wait for the New York session volume to step in to sort of prove to us that it is trying to hold this area. Right now, if we could open New York session somewhere down here, so we don't want to be trying to chase this right now. Let's see, so what we're doing? We're doing NASDAQ, right? So NASDAQ shorts and that supply zone looks pretty clean. We see our range. Let's see. Current range and possible short setup on NQ. Fantastic. Yo, I got you, bro. I got you. Oh, let me try noise suppression. Yo, Discord, let me know. Let me see if I type. Oh, good. That should work. That should actually be much better. Good. Yo, Leo, let me know what we're talking about the Darvis box on the 5-minute. Shoot me a message if you want, or a message in the YouTube. Alright, guys, let's take a look at gold, because gold has, oh my god, dude, look at gold's price action. Pin bar, rally, rally, drop. Pin bar, drop. Pin bar, drop. Pull back, drop, pin bar, drop, pin bar. It's like, this is the most inconsistent price action ever right here, man. Open price, I mean, it's the whole deal of we took out previous day low. Do we want to try to remain below our open price and remain bearish on the day? Or can we move back above our open price, find a short position, and hold it till we get back below that previous day low? Again, same situation. If ES and NQ do find some strength, then gold shorts might be in play here. Okay, here we go. So I do like on the 6 hour. So here we had a demand zone on the 2. But right now we have a 6 hour. A little bit of a supply zone. There we go. NAS, big drop on NQ right there. Again, that's why we're not waiting, not chasing. We're waiting for that New York session to sort of open and give us an idea of our zones. Today is Wednesday, so we're going to hear some landscaping. Let's see. Trader from the 50s created this method. Let's see. Oh, I got you. Darwin box trading strategy. Use recent highs and lows to form a box around price. You buy, price breaks out above the box with volume until it falls below the box. Simple structure. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I think Jeremy uses a strategy like that, right? Guys in Discord, let me know if I'm right or wrong. But Jeremy uses a box method too. Now, he finds liquidity zones with boxes like this, right? Liquidity zones, resistance, but he also does measured moves, and I guess that would be that Darwin box. I don't know if he's posted one for a while. I could ask him to send a example. Jeremy, can you send an example of your measured move trading strat, please? Good, perfect. Fantastic. I like that pullback we just had. Look at that 15 basing right there. So, I'm not gonna lie, this looks alright for longs. Especially if we want to hold this point. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Alex. Who's still teaching on BB? I don't know anymore. No, I'm kidding. Me, Sig, Jeremy pops around sometimes. Me, Jeremy, Sig. I think Creed's in here. He messages in the mornings. Yo, what's up, Austin? Good morning. Guys, look at the weighted index right now. Even though it is pre-market, most equities are moving lower currently. So we're just going to wait. We don't want to jump into a long position right now because we are still rejecting some resistance. Yo, YouTube, man, you guys are lacking on that like button right now, hurting my feelings. Right, let's take a look at gold. I do like to see gold. What's up with that? Oh no, trading view, please don't do this to me. Bro, trading view's gotta pick it up. No, it's not gonna do it again, is it? Thank you, Alex. Oh man, alright, trading views hitting a roadblock. Okay, good. Gold is back and oil's back. Alright, there we go. No trading view. Alright, previous day high on oil, open price on oil. Delete some of these old alerts on oil, and previous day low on oil. So oil right now sort of the same sitch where we're at a resistance point right here. This was support when we were above it. Now it's acting as resistance when we're below it. 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour. Probably be looking for like a 15-minute, 45-minute. There's a 45, but not really because we broke it. Something I recognize right off the bat here, guys, is we had a supply zone here on the 30-minute time frame, and we tried to break it. We did break it with a wick, and then we rejected lower. So something I might look for today is if we want to take out this high again and then reverse lower. So, right? So what I saw here is we took out this high, we pushed lower. So can we take out this high and push lower? 5 minute, we would find our VWAP, and that would be our target. I don't have VWAP on here. Let's get that. WAP. Now, we don't want that on our chart. We'll be too distracted. So there you go. VWAP is right there. So then what's great with that trade is it would be selling the highs after rejection, and then it would be looking to target a higher low. So it's not even like we would look for a new low right there off of oil, because guess what? If we do want to hold this resistance and break through it, we might get just one more high or low before we reverse higher. So we can look to target VWAP or an area over there, maybe even 68.50 as a key psychological level. The tariffs were delayed until, I know, August 1st. I saw that, so I just saw it this morning. I didn't know they were delayed till this morning. I would have made a video on it. Let's see, 30-minute, 45. What are we on gold right now? So something I'll recognize on gold is we are creating, here's a 30-minute order block right there. Here's our box so we can drag it out. We had another 30-minute order block right here. So I'd look for this price action to continue. So I'd look for us to come back towards this previous day low around 32.95.40. Find some support there on gold. 32.95, 32.95, 32.90. Pretty passive buyer down there. That would be below that zone though. So we have our alert set. We'll see if gold wants to come back and hold that point. Something I did want to mention though on gold on the 6 hour is that we created our basing candle off of this 2-hour demand zone. So we're breaking it lower, and now we're trying to create a supply while we break lower. Right, let's see. So there's gold finding some rejection here. So what's the news do we have today? Let's see. We have any economic news today? Today's Wednesday. Wednesday, FOMC minutes today at 2 o'clock. It's a pretty big one. It's just the minutes though, not the meeting. Oh, ES started picking it up. So I like the longs here on ES and NQ because of this 15-minute time frame. So I'd like to see this 15-minute close higher. So if this 15 could close above this zone, then I'll look for the retest of that zone to take it long. And that's how I would take that trade. Look for a nice rally in the open, really only looking for about 14 points, nothing unrealistic to ask for on ES, but I'm not taking the trade until I get some good confirmation that we are in fact holding. I mean, I could take it here, right? We take it here, stop loss at this red candle's low, because if our analysis is incorrect, that would be where I'd want to stop out. Let's see. Yeah, already started moving. Alright, so I won't take it at the moment. I do like that it's holding as support. I'm a much bigger fan of waiting for New York session to open though, but that 15 is definitely looking more promising. Oil's still dropping, that's pretty cool. Go look for any demand zones on oil. This red zone is a low volume shelf on here from yesterday, start of yesterday's price action. It's on oil, so this could work as possible support. Gold near a rejection point right now. Almost consider gold shorts up here with this aggressive seller that just stepped in. But we might want to run for that 3307, 3309. There goes ES and NQR trying to continue higher out of this zone. So 62, 82, 50. I don't think we get back there. Absolutely not. I don't want us to get back there. I want us to hold bullish structure and hold above this zone. Because now even if we get a close on the 15-minute above this zone, and 15-minute close, guys, it's only going to take us to 9:15. It's still not going to be market open yet. Then I will still consider and I will still take this trade. $33.04 on gold. Oil's going lower. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. 15-minute, 30-minute time frame. I'm always looking at, if I'm looking, right, guys, if I'm looking for a short position right now on gold, then I'm checking the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and I'm making sure those are starting to line up to reject lower as well. I'm not just looking at the 5-minute going, oh, there's our 5-minute red candle, definitely taking it short now. It's not what we should be doing. We did, however, take out this high right here. That's pretty clean. I just noticed that. Looking for holding 2300 on NQ. Get out the chop. Let's see, where's the chop? Where are we at NQ? Yeah, NQ's definitely on some chop. Yeah, needed to hold above. I have a key level 22,945, but I think that was just a random level I marked out yesterday that I was looking for us to hold. So let's see if we can find a better level than that. Not really. Really not really. I guess if we were marking anything out, go from like wick to wick. I always like to look left and see how price is reacting in that area. So that could be a possible zone, but if I'm not really seeing a zone, I don't want to force a zone, right? Because if I'm not seeing a zone, that does tell me that there is a good chance we might want to be able to break through it.
Good morning, all.
Yo, good morning, Marzity. What's going on?
Oh, joy, peace, love, and happiness. You know how it goes.
Yes,
Very
sir.
nice. Very nice trade on crude oil this morning around 8:45. Called that short.
Nice. Nice. Let's see.
So
Kramer is Kramer's bearish on Tesla. That is a buy factor indeed. I like Tesla near 234s. That's a great 234s, 294s. I do want to see it back above 300 and remain back above 300 for good momentum. 15 minute doesn't close for another 4 minutes. Markets are clearly bullish and melting higher this morning. A lot of people who trade options like SPY, QQQ are missing out on this push higher here, as are we, because I didn't want to enter yet. I'm still being patient. I had to fix my top chart. TradingView, man. It's a lagging this morning. Need to get Microsoft in here. It's like frozen with an Apple logo. I think Kramer's mostly talking about the copper news with Tesla. Oh yeah, there was copper news. I saw that there was copper news on tariffs. I believe he was going to increase copper tariffs by 30% or something like that. 180 pounds in each car. Oh wow, it's going to definitely affect some Tesla. VIX moving lower. VIX is breaking below this range, right? This red range it had a lot of trouble with. That's a great bullish sentiment. Definitely going to feel more on the buy side today, guys, for market open. Guys, let me know in the chat. Are you bullish or bearish today? And why? And why? Look at that gold. I mean oil. My apologies, oil. Oh no, it is gold. It is gold. That's why I said I didn't want to take those shorts down there, because it looked like we had some price targets, 3307, 3309 on gold. We even have 3314, 3315, which again, if we get buying pressure on gold, it doesn't mean we have to be bearish on ES or NQ, but sometimes big institutions, they're taking their capital out of stocks and putting it into gold and vice versa. They take it out of gold, put it into stocks when there's certainty. So both of them are rising. That is okay. It's not a major red flag intraday day trading wise, but if it happens for a while, for a few days, a couple weeks, where both of them sort of are remaining consistent, especially if gold goes near all-time highs again, that's going to be a very poor and weak sentiment on the market to say, hey, you know what? Yes, we're moving higher. Yes, we're making all-time highs, but there's a good majority of institutions that are still worried that we want to continue. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Definitely, dude. Definitely like an ES here, this 15 minute. Definitely liking that. Like, huge. Huge. It's going to be the biggest trade we take. Never seen a trade like it. Minute 25 for that to close. NASDAQ with another push higher. ES with another push higher. Gold with another push higher. Looks like they tried to pull. No, they did fill. They filled those orders. 45 volume on that 17 ask, so they definitely had enough volume for that. 3309 next target on gold to the upside if we want to continue. Open price 3310.16. Let's see if we have any supply zones above or near our open price. That's what we were looking for originally, because we took out previous day low. 1 hour, 2 hour, but I'm not seeing anything, man. What was that 2 hour right there, actually? Like maybe a 2 hour right here. And I'll mark it out just so we have an area to go off of. See if that area lines up with our 09. It doesn't, it's above our 09, but it is right above our open price. So I will take a look there on gold for some possible shorts if sellers want to step in. What is that, 3310? So we have 3310 is pretty strong, then 3314 and 3315. Equities are pushing higher, VIX is continuing to push lower. Guys, don't forget, join me for Futures Fever today, 11:30 to 12:30, for a chance to win a free Apex account. Go over some markets, go over some trade setups, sort of do a little bit of what we do here in the mornings. Oh, wow, oil hit that price area. That is wild. Check this out. This 6802, 6803. That's major, dude. That's crazy. I'd like to see oil hold these lows, but with the momentum we just had to the downside, I wouldn't want to try to go in long forcing the trade, right? We never want to force a trade, especially if it's a counter trend trade like that. Take a look back at ES, see that we're pulling back a bit here. Would love to see us pull back to this broken supply zone now. I will at least start my position. Let's see. Put my stop loss for now would be sort of near these lows. So the lower the entry I get, the tighter my stop loss is. Yo, dude, Leo, you still there? Jeremy finally messaged back. He said he's going to send an example of the what's it called? His measured move boxes. Look at the buying delta we've had to on this run up here on the ES. 62.89 is where I would like to get filled for a long position. I'm looking for buyers to continue higher. 15-minute was bullish, 5-minute was bullish. Just gotta be patient. Excuse me. Just gotta be patient right now. We got our close above.
I can
Gold
do a little quick webinar following your stream today about measured moves if anybody wants.
Oh,
Post
that's cool.
a message in the chat if you're interested in it. Talk about the different types of measured moves.
That's cool, man. Thank you. I sort of like, where's this low volume? At 85. Okay, I was going to say, I sort of like how we're holding this zone right now. We are retesting it for a double bottom. But again, that selling pressure has just been wild. We could look to see if we want to find support. If we do find buying pressure aggressively, then we'll take it. If not, then no thank you. Like this zone down here, these buyers, this big guy has to hold it, and he's not. Now this big guy's got to hold it. Come on, little guy. Come on, big guy. Come on, ES. As soon as Jeremy sends a screenshot too, I'll throw it up on my screen. Let's get ES back here, man. Come on now. Go, go, go. No, other way. Other way. We might just keep rallying right now for pre-market, right? Because if I'm looking for the 15-minute to continue higher, that means I'm looking for our basing, which we have, our impulse move, which we have, and then continuation, right? So I am looking for the markets to continue higher. So I'd like to buy these lows and look to hold into the highs. This is the trade setup from our pre-market that we came up with under our watch list tab. Watch list, ES. For a break above the 28.89, a retest, and go to target at 63.02. This is also our break above that previous day high too. Alright guys, let's see. 14 seconds left in this 5-minute. Market's open in 10 minutes, so we do have a little time. Gold is pulling back at the moment. I wouldn't really call gold rejecting until we see like aggressive selling pressure and we start taking out some of the lows we're creating. Without that, we're just range bound on gold. We're coming off of demand. We're hitting an area of resistance. We broke previous day low. We traded back above it. Very range bound on something like gold. A lot of uncertainty, and gold's uncertainty. Take a look at oil. See that they're trying their best to absorb sellers off of this 93 point. Definitely doing their best. Let's see, 15 minute, 30 minute, 30 closes in 15 minutes. Actually, there's that drop. 30 closes in 10 minutes. There's a little drop there on oil. No trades, no longs here on oil off of this zone. No way, guys. We don't want to try to catch this falling knife. Gold trying to move higher as well. We're just looking to trade the trends, right? That's what we do. We trade the trends or we trade the ranges. Yo, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. What's up? What's up, Jenya, Blackfoot, Charlie? What's going on, guys? Good morning. Alright, we might get our next leg up here, because look at this. We had like 300 positive, 400 positive, 216 positive. Now we have 300 positive building up here on the delta. I think we might get another leg up here. But I don't chase highs, guys. I wait for a pullback. Market's open in 9 minutes. So essentially, I'd like to see this candle close green as well, and then maybe New York session give us a quick pullback and get filled. Now we might just miss this whole trade, right? We might continue higher on this 15. Market opens, and then we rally right up there, right? And that's okay too. Because then we'll look to see if we can break it, no problem. Retest, and then take 63.02 for longs. Regardless, we wait for the market to give us an entry. Let's see. Good morning, guys. Good morning. VIX is moving lower. Weighted index trying to move higher. Bro, my equities still won't load up Microsoft over here. Let's see. Bum, bum. I'd like to see Meta continue higher. That would be great. Definitely looking good on the buy side for bulls. Give me half a second. Right. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Jenya. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Everybody's doing good today on this beautiful Wednesday. It's a great day to have a great day. Always. Let's see. Yeah, see that oil with the break of that zone. That's why we don't try to force anything. Just because it's in our zone doesn't mean we have to take a trade, right? We want to make sure our volume analysis lines up with whatever technicals we just came up with. Definitely feeling a bit more bullish on this move than bearish on ES. Like I said, I was looking for the 5 and 15 to continue higher. Looks like we are getting that, but that doesn't mean I want to chase this trade and try to enter a trade here and have a tight stop loss, because what happens then is if I try to take this trade here, have a tight stop loss, and we get a little bit of volatility, it's going to stop me. I will most likely go return in my direction, and that's not how we want to trade. We want to have valid stop losses that stop us out if markets don't hit, if markets prove to us that our trade analysis is incorrect. So like for this long position, I'm looking for this red zone and now this blue zone to hold up as support. If my analysis is wrong and we go bearish, well then we're going to break below 85. My analysis is right and we're bullish, we're going to hold around 85, even 88. Just a few things I'm looking for. So 89, I'd like to see 89 as a retest. We have about 5 minutes till market opens. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget free Apex account today when you join me for Futures Fever. Good morning, good morning. Hold up, Discord. I gotta find you. There you are. Alrighty, let's see. You want me to keep him back here? Yeah. Not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna let him out. Alrighty. Alright. Wow, look at this, guys. ES with that beautiful continuation. Same with NASDAQ. Love to see it. Love to be able to just recognize it in the market, right? Being able to just sort of read the market as it gives us. Weighted index is pulling back a bit here. So again, I'd like to see New York session open, give us a crazy pullback, trap a lot of people thinking they should sell that. That's a buying opportunity. Buy that. Target 6302. Alright, here's a question for you guys. Do you hear the music? I don't think you do.
Not in Discord, it automatically filters.
Okay. A micro pullback on ES is healthy. Yup, absolutely. What Futures Fever? Yeah, Alex, Futures Fever. That's the show I host on Benzinga, and hopefully starting, I don't know about this week, but maybe next week, my next show should be picking up as well, and that's going to be that is going to be a midday market recap. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Let me get you the link to the Futures Fever show, Alex. That is every Wednesday at 11:30 on Benzinga. We do a free Apex Trader evaluation account giveaway, do some market analysis. I just got off, I had a meeting with them on with Apex and Benzinga on Monday. We have our bi-weekly meetings. They said they spoke to Peter Tuckman and David Green again. They should be signing their contracts any day now and should be back on the show soon too. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to have them back on. They have an enormous amount of experience, guys. I mean, these guys have been trading. Peters still shows up to the Wall Street floor for 40 years now. Yeah, thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been hosting that show, Futures Fever, all year so far. I think since December, and my new show that I asked them about that last month and got approval on that, and that'll be pretty cool too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Fun stuff, man. Good market analysis, good breakdowns, great education, all for free for you guys. Yes, sir. Gold had a nice rejection off of this red zone, so again, that's why I'm not looking to go long up there. Would only look for shorts, see if we want to continue lower on gold with ES and NQ being strong. Took me a minute to find. Okay, so I think this is Jeremy's measured move. Leo, if you're still there, Jeremy's measured.
Sorry, it took me a while to get back to you on that.
That's okay. That's the measured move video, the advanced charting techniques.
Yep, that's my best explanation of it, and there's a lot of other details in there as well.
Cool. All right, guys, we got a minute and a half till countdown. T-minus minute and a half till liftoff. Oil, melt off. Face, melt off your face.
The fun part is the day I made that video, the targets I pointed out in that video were both hit the next day.
Nice. Check this out. Let's see. I like. Okay, nope. I don't like oil. Oil point of controls down here. We're expecting lower prices on oil. Leaving oil alone. Gold. Look at this range, guys. We just looked at gold a minute ago, and it had a huge body to the downside. All it took was about 30 seconds of price action, 1 minute of price action for it to go from 33.0390 to 33.0590. So 2-point move on gold. If you were in just one contract, that's $200 right there. So be careful on this. Yo, what's going on, man? All right, I gotta get trade ideas going. Jeremy, have you ever used trade ideas?
Yeah, a time or two in the past. It was pretty good at finding
Trade ideas?
well, stuff that was like lining up for a good setup.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I would go and I would say out of 5, I'd maybe find 2 that I would trade.
Yeah.
So it
Yo,
was pretty good.
that's cool.
I enjoyed it, but I mean, I've over the years I've gone to like more simple moves from like the most complex things you could think of down to the most simple basic moves, and I find that if I just look for those, it's just easy. I don't have to really
Nice.
work.
Boom, Nasdaq breaking through that supply zone. That's good. That's good bullish strength right there. Guys, waiting on an ES pullback. Would love to see 89 as an entry point. Price action wise, 5 minute, 15 minute. I don't know if we're going to get that full pullback there.
Q is just now hitting the target I pointed out yesterday.
Yeah, that weighted index looks good. Equities look all right. I hate that I can't see Microsoft right now. But that's fine. I have the weighted index right here. There we go. Good buying pressure, guys. Wow. Yep, we don't get this trade. We're going to go right to supply. Okay, that's okay. My other setup I was looking for, guys, right? We were waiting for supply to be hit on ES and NQ. We wanted to see if New York session market opened, and it just rallied as soon as market opened. And that's what we're getting so far. 5 minute. Here's our this is our first 5 minute candle of the day. 3:30 left in it. Finding a lot of sellers up here. People are taking profit from this zone.
Oh yeah, they're taking advantage of my target. I'm just kidding.
What's
Sorry,
that?
man. I don't mean to be that cocky.
Very nice. Let's see, guys. Let's see. 6302 is in target. 6305 next area if we could break above 6300 on ES. Remember, guys, something else I mentioned is if we could blast through the supply zone, I'll use 6302 as a retest. Right now, with 6300 working as resistance, nice. There we go. So now we have a new low volume shelf around 97. 97. 97, so what is that? 97 to about 96.75. So there we go. It's a tight entry trade. That's on ES. Possible setup. Possible setup if we get that pullback. Let's see.
Come, baby.
We're going to see, guys, 62.97 on the ES. Right now, 6,300 was resistance. Now it's trying to hold as support. We just tested supply, though, by a wick. Good buying rally. Gold chopping. Oil dropping. 6,300 really trying hard to hold as support. Might also be a possible long entry here with the stop loss below that 6,300 in case we wanted to try to hold it. I'm not taking this trade. This would be a long going into supply. That's not how I want to take a trade, guys. I'd much rather wait for a pullback and then be in a long position already going into the supply zone, not going in right away. We have a low volume shelf at, well, 6,300, okay, and 62.97. So here comes 6,300. We're hitting it right now. 6,300. NAS continuing. I'd like to see this gray bar sort of move into the 6302. And I would consider some longs there if we hold. Again, though, I want to be careful taking any long positions going into an area of resistance, but I also want to trade the trend. Clearly, we have buying momentum this morning. We saw that since this zone. We are continuing. Look at that. So I'll possibly look for 6302. Or I'm sorry, 6300. It's a possible entry. I wanted 62.97. It's this low volume shelf down here. VWAP's curving higher. You know what, guys? I'd much rather let the market sort of rally, keep making some new highs, and then pull back. Because if it could make some new highs and then pull back and give us an entry, it gives us a better opportunity to have a better target. Because then we could target new high because we were already at those highs already. It's much easier for price to see a price level we've seen already that day than for us to create all new price level in the sense of higher highs, lower lows. So there we go. Oh, we closed inside this demand zone. This is some fantastic buying pressure. Nvidia is spiking higher like crazy right now. From 116 to 161 to 163. The first 5 minutes of the day. $63.05 is getting close on ES. NASDAQ, same deal. It's crazy buying pressure, man. Just need that pullback. There you go. Give us a crazy pullback that makes this current 5 minute look red for a second. Trap a lot of people thinking we're selling off, and then starts a pullback, right? Because right now, if we look at our point of control, something like the ES, I'm sure that we have a point of controls moving higher, volume's trying to move higher. So give me this pullback. 62.97 would be ideal. I would also be okay to take 6,300 stop loss at 62.9825 for like not even a 2-point stop loss. And that would be in case buyers just remain super strong. Other than that, more ideal entry would be that 62.97. But right now we got that major low volume shelf. And every time we dip, buyers are able to spike us back higher very strong, very quick. So we want to be in that direction when it comes to trend. So look at that. What did we just come back down to? 63.0175. No entry yet. 63.05 possible target. We have the white line on 63.05, 145 lots. White line is about 30% of the way, so probably about 50 of these are one order. Wow, guys, look at this buying pressure, man. Good momentum. Look at scalpers market right there. Damn, man, we had that 15 in the books, dude. Just had to trust it a bit more. 7:37 for the 5 minutes of close, for the 15 minutes of close. 2:32 for the 5 minutes of close. Apple pulling back, trying to hold higher. Meta new high today. That's what I wanted to remember, guys. I mentioned Meta as one of the equities that I'd like to see rally to help us rally on ES and Q. Well, right now it's making a new high a day. It's trying to hold. Let's see. Gold possibly giving us a short right here, the way it's keep rejecting. Look at this, 5 wicks into this zone up here. It's a lot of rejections. ES looking ready to continue. There's that 63.05 hit and broken.
Amazon reversion target just hit.
Nice. Yep, Amazon pushing higher. Apple holding a key level right now around that 210. Right now it just dropped below. It's at 209.85. Thinking a lot of people trying to buy this breakout here. Again, this being a supply zone, I wouldn't want to buy this breakout. I want to be a little patient.
Weed.
Minute 14 left.
Call debit spreads on Amazon yesterday, and I could close a quarter of them to pay for the rest.
Nice.
I think I'll do that.
No, come on, Trading View. Why are you so laggy today, dude? So bad. What the hell?
There was a pretty bad thunderstorm rolling through last night. I wonder if maybe their headquarters is experiencing one right now.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're supposed to have storms here today in North Carolina.
We had storms last night here, so yeah, it's bad weather lately, man.
It knocked my power out last night in the middle of the night.
Come on, there we go. Alright,
Must have been a nearby lightning strike because it tripped a few of my breakers on the panel too.
let's see, another new high a day on NASDAQ. 63.12 is the next supply zone on ES. There we go. I
Last
was talking about gold giving a possible short entry. It did end up giving us a drop lower there on gold. Good selling pressure. This might give us a nice drop.
Last one that rolled through, lightning hit someone's chimney and it like blew bricks out into the street.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Oh, that would have been awesome to see.
Right? I wish I would have witnessed it.
Not for
I
the
saw
homeowner.
aftermath, but damn.
I almost want to try some longs here off of this old resistance, this 6305 stop loss, like right below it, because this momentum has just been non-stop. But it's not even lining up with my key level 6302. And again, this trade could work out perfectly right here, right? I was saying to try to scalp it, catch it while this candle's red, get in it, and then hold it while we continue higher. Oh yeah, I mean it's looking good actually. Wow, guys, look at that, man. Continuation today, right? That tariff relief, dude. We saw how markets reacted the first time in April. We got another delay on it. Markets are reacting bullish to it again. And gold's probably bearish right here. Yeah, I'm thinking of grabbing some gold shorts, seeing that has a much further way to go to the downside, in my opinion, because it still has to get back below that previous day low. Wait on ES and NQ. And obviously, we're going to have to wait for everything, because of how laggy everything is. Okay, here's a pullback. Big pullback there on ES. Major. 6305. How's 6305 want to hold? I'd want to check the point of control here on TradingView, but I feel like it's just going to make me lag again. 6305, I'm going to put some buy orders out there. Stop loss 6303. Fix is at a key level 2 though, so I want to be a little careful on this. Stop loss 6303 gives me the ability to reload on my longs if we hit that stop loss. 6303. Now we should be alright. Nasman going crazy. Apple's pulling back though. So is Meta. Nvidia's the only one that's pumping right now, equity wise. I can't see Microsoft, so I can't tell you about that one.
Let me pull up the chart.
How's Microsoft doing this morning? Wow, gold pullback.
In the middle of a very long list of stocks. Hang on, I'll find it. There it is. Mr. Soft. Damn, 503.70. Just trucking right along. Market melt up.
Oh, I like the 6304 area. Possible gold shorts if we start to reject lower again here. That's a big if though. We gotta find resistance right here, and we're not. We're finding buying pressure. Very range bound on gold. Did ES just give us or no? I don't think it did. ES was close, man. It did wick 6305. I didn't get entered. I didn't get filled there. I'm feeling like we're gonna see a pullback here. I almost want to remove my 6305 entry and give it some time to sort of play out. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play it a little safe for the moment, removing my entry. I do want to see if we could pull back 63. It was 97, I think. 97, all the way down here, 62.97, 62.97. So we're no longer looking for this broken supply zone. 62.97. So these 2 points. Good morning, everybody. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like button. I do appreciate it. If you learned something today, if you got any questions, let me know too. And of course, Futures Fever is coming up shortly. 11:30. Buyers keep buying each dip. 6307 just printed a pretty strong bid right there, so they're trying to build support. There we go. Some volatility. Gonna spike there. Wow, look at that, guys. They built that support and they launched it.
See ya.
See ya.
Go.
No, dude, I'm
There.
keep changing the time frames because it should be as simple as that, and it's keep messing me up. That is
There.
ridiculous.
Is a liquidity zone right here on QQQ?
I know. Well, that's why I wanted to check the higher time frame to see, because ES also's got 6312. It's just built a big seller up there. But look at that rally on NQ. Amazon pushing higher. There we go. Nvidia pushing higher. Meta pushing up. Apple finding support. Might rally.
QQQ does have a quarter measure move target at 559.50. I think we might break out of this LZ and hit it today.
Nice. Let's see. Looking like another spike here.
That did it.
Nice.
The BTFD crew is out in force today.
Hell yeah. Alright, there's supplies. Be careful. Just wait one sec. We just hit a big strong seller. A big ask at 6312.
There's liquidity here, but I think we just melted.
Yeah. Like we've been doing today. It's just gonna run through since they see ya. We do have another buy side liquidity area near 6315. Boom, 6314. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to look to see if we can find some sellers to step in, guys, because right now, VIX is pushing higher off of a key level. I want to be careful, I want to be patient, I want to be sure, though. I don't want to be the first to try to jump in this.
That correlated quarter measure move target is 23,160. Holy smokes. Yeah, damn. Could do
Holy
it.
smokes. Let's see, VIX doing its best. 254 left on this. I almost want to try a short with that seller stepping in there on we see on Bookmap, yeah. I'm gonna try a short here for a moment. Put my stop loss at the high we just made, because I am looking for buyers to start getting trapped if we could pull back a little bit. Target 6302. So I'm in a short right now. It's not loading, which means it's gonna lag, guys. But I'm in a short at 63.1075. Stop loss is above at 63.12. I'm a little concerned. 63.12. No, 63.1475. The high we just made. Up here. Up here's my stop loss. I know we've been bullish. I'm careful on this trade. I'm light on this trade. I'm looking for buyers to get trapped. I'm looking for a pullback with some selling pressure. The seller stepped in right here, but then it got met with some buying. So I really want to see if we could maybe try to create a lower high right here.
That seller might get run over. I'm watching closely.
Nope. Let's see.
Well, on NQ anyway.
Yeah, Naz is strong. I'm thinking you guys might want to run for that 63.15. Careful every time buyers do finally step in after sellers fail, we get a crazy spike.
Yeah.
Right now, though, I wouldn't want to go long into the supply zone. I know a lot of traders are trying to take these new high-a-day breaks to the highs to the buy side. So I want to see us pull back to areas of liquidity, like 6307 on ES.
For NQ, we got a measured move target at 23,110. Although there's a battle going on right here in this little volume node.
There's a war going on outside. No one is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. Well, what's that? Mob Deep. 23,075 is where I'd like to see NASDAQ push below. Right there. Want to see NAS below that. Buyers keep stepping in. Clearly have the momentum. Clearly trend is our friend as buyers. And I'm probably going to get stopped out of this for now.
There's some greed pushing right to the edge of that zone right here.
Not yet. Not stops out yet. Apple keep finding support. Amazon new high a day. Nvidia sort of range bound, but that could push back higher again. So again, we had the strength to the buy side. If If I stop out of this, I'll just look for some type of re-entry longs. Because I am still looking for a pullback, guys. I haven't gotten my long entry off a pullback yet. There's a break. There is my stop loss. Almost 63, 14, 25 is my stop. So we're like a point away now. And there goes trading view lag and again. I like VIX is at a key level. That was one of the reasons I took this short, by the way, guys. VIX was at a key level. But seeing that buying pressure is remaining strong. Looking like we're going to go stop hunt near that 63.15. And yeah, I'm stopped out of that. Let's see.
Yeah, that seller got smoked.
Yeah, we need some NQs. Look at that gold. Same deal. Same deal on gold right here. Let's see. The last few times gold hit this zone, we rejected lower. So let's trade that.
Hey, with those gaps being formed underneath on the NQ as this thing runs up, does that kind of help with those major moves on the bear side, I guess, going down?
One more time?
The gap. So it's forming. I mean, we got so many gaps being formed right now as this thing runs up on the 15-minute. Does that? I mean, I won't go long up here, but does that kind of help with those moves going back down as far as those major moves are concerned?
Not necessarily, because a lot of times these gaps on our way up, each gap works as support. So we might come in. Let's say there are 3 gaps over here, right? And it looks like this. Well, then the first time we enter the first gap, we might hold as support and try to push higher again. So we don't want to try to go short anticipating we break through all of them. And then let's say we finally find some support here, then we push back lower, we break this one. Then we find support at the next one, then we break lower and push down to the next one. So it might, if anything, show us where some chop might be. But that's why I don't like marking out too many fair value gaps, because then that's a great example. You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You'd have a whole bunch sitting there. I wanted to see gold find some selling pressure up over here, 33.09. ES with the continuation. It did just hit that 33.15. It's like part of me would love to try shorts again on ES, but another part of me knows not to try to sort of gamble with those highs that we're making. Obviously, trend has been bullish, but I really like that 63.15 point that we rejected. And again, I know a lot of traders are going to say, okay, well, now I got to take it long. I've been waiting so long. I got to chase this. I got to try to take it. So let's be a bit smarter than that. Let's play it right.
I got a cute meme to share.
What's that?
I got a cute one to share. Hold on.
A Q1? Is that what you said?
Cute one. There you go.
So you said a cute one. So, oh, Jeremy, you're a cute one. Yeah, I don't like weighted index continuing higher. ES is probably going to pop. NAS is probably going to pop again. Let's see. Gold crossing. Where's gold crossing? Whoa, gold. Okay. Come on, ES. Let's dump it to at least 10. To at least 63. Or at least 63.07 would be a nice pullback there. There we go. Nice, nice.
They're accumulating here. I think we're gonna push that that next target.
Yeah.
Locate that again.
Yeah, no, I want to see us continue, or at least, again, pull back lower for possible long entry, but I am in a couple cons up here. I did try again off of that 50, 63, 15 rejection, because it was sort of like a make or break where it's like, okay, 2-point stop loss, tight enough stop loss that I could sort of capitalize on, even if it just wants to give me a scalp lower. Look at all this support building up under us, though. Got to be careful. We don't want to hold it or run through it. 15-minute closes in 5 minutes. It's 5-minute closes in 7 seconds. I'd like to see sellers step in, but we'll see. We will see. We'll see. We just got a red close on the 5-minute, but green close on NAS, so that could usually mean a bit of a bullish sign. Let's see. I'd like to see ES move lower a little bit. Where would I like to target? I guess first TP 6309. There we go. And a little something here. I'm gonna move my TP lower. I feel like ES might hit a drop. Might hit the Quan here. There we go.
Close.
Not
There
bad.
it lands on calls.
There's
Also
6310.
favorite everything I ordered yesterday.
I'm gonna get out of 163.10.25 right here. Okay, out of one more. Now we're just chilling with one contract. Pretty nice patient entry there on that short. Just gotta wait, see how we react, because now we're in this broken supply zone, which could work as support. See where we at right now. Yeah, I'm going to get out there, right? We're gonna just close it out there for a scalp short, and the reason we're scalping it short is because we don't want to hold a short position while we've been so strong today. It could continue lower, right? I had areas near, I think, 09 is an area that I did want to essentially look for buyers, and that is right where we are right now. So depending on if we hold or not, this could be a long position entry. So we'll have to be a little patient on this. We see some strong bids are getting filled here. 6308, next strong bid as well. I guess low volume shelf-wise. Yeah, still that 97 area. I'm looking for longs if we can pop this. Okay, let's see. VIX is pushing higher, though. Got to be a little careful with that. I'm going to try a long on ES here. Stop at the low we just created. Looking for us to continue higher. Want to be a little careful because we are rejecting out of a supply zone, but buyers had good momentum today. Does ES, though, bookmap showing any levels to the upside? 6320. Possibly 6320 to the upside. We have support down here. So 6320 would be my target on this long position, depending on the market structure going forward. Okay, sort of a bear flag, a bull flag here, I should say, on the 5-minute. So we're really looking for some support to hold up. Equities need equities to push higher too. Apple's sort of dancing around, and Nvidia found some weakness too. So that's a bit of a red flag here on the longs. Stop loss 6308.25. It is looking like we're trying to gun for it right now. Minute 42 left on the 5-minute. Want to see if buyers can absorb and hold this level. If not, I will stop out and wait for my next entry point. Yep, looks like it's getting close. Minute 30 left. Got real close there. Didn't hit it though. I'll let you guys know if it gets me. The pretty clean short entry we had before. Looks like we're trying to double bottom here on bookmap. But we really need to start to hold this red zone as demand. If this 5-minute could start to push higher and close above this zone again, that would be huge for these long positions. 15-minute though, my only concern is the 15-minute closes in 50 seconds. And our current 15-minute low is right there. We might break that low. And that's my biggest concern right now on ES, is that we break that 15-minute low. So that's where my stop loss is.
Starting to look bullish, but there's a liquidity trap just overhead.
Yep. So that's why, I'm in these longs. I'm looking for those targets to the upside. I'm looking for ES was making new high of days today. Want VIX to start pushing lower as well. VIX is trying to push higher at the moment, so a little bit of a red flag there. Make sure I'm not missing anything on YouTube. No, we're good, man. We're good.
I hate to say it, but watch a 1 minute candle for a long upper wick there in that zone, just in case.
They're starting to pull orders here, which is a little concerning. We might expect some volatility.
Yeah.
We did close above that supply. I'm concerned we want to break lower of that 15-minute low first. I'm going to hold it, guys. If it doesn't hit my stop loss, it either hits stop or take profit. Here's some
Right to the
buying
end of it.
pressure.
Let's see if they smoke it.
Let's see. Amazon new high a day.
That's halfway to that.
Nvidia's struggling. Meta new high a day. There we go, some buying pressure. Come on, now give us a spike. Beautiful, beautiful. Trade in the range, guys. Trade in the range.
Order filled.
Nice.
I
I'm
had
gonna
an
get
exit
out
at
of.
23,110.
Let's see. I'm looking to get out of at least maybe one contract around 63.15. NQ new high a day. Need VIX to start moving lower as well. Pretty solid entry down here so far. Hasn't hit my take profits yet. Hasn't hit my stop loss yet. It is in a supply zone, so we are sort of rejecting right here. Could look to take some profits off the table to lock in, but I'm just going to wait because buying momentum has been to the upside. You know what? I'm really not a fan of us rejecting. This is a supply zone up here. So I know a lot of people are sort of chasing this pullback too. So I will get out of maybe one contract at 63.13. It gives me 63.13 again.
I took two off, and I got two runners on, so I'm hovering over the eject button right now.
Nice. Point of control is trying to move higher. Volume's trying to move up too. Suppose I'll move that 63.13 target for a second. See if it gives us a spike, 63.15. CVD's been trying to move higher too. Really need to see equities push up. I'm still not a fan that we are rejecting a supply zone up here. So let's at least get out of one maybe. Play it safe.
We're gonna push the edge of that little box again. There it is.
Come on, give us a spike. Look at NASDAQ new high today. Yes, follow that. Let's have this be a bull flag and spike right there.
Orders got pulled. They're gonna run it.
I don't know, man. We're getting
This is
weak
fun.
off the supply. NASDAQ made that new high. ES failed to make a new high. Some red flags popping up right now. Red flags on the play. Penalty on the ES.
Right.
Alright, 2:05 left in this 5-minute. Point of control was still trying to move higher, but at this point we are trying to flip bearish on this 5. I'm just being patient. See if we can find some support down here. Last time we were down here, buyers were trying to hold it their best.
Bit of a doji party going on here.
Ain't nothing but a doji party. Minute
We haven't started,
38
like,
left.
Writing trading parodies.
Minute 38 left here. Trying to
use
hold
AI
it.
to make music. It'd be cool to make like parody music where we take like ordinary songs and turn them into songs about trading.
Yeah, that'd be something. Yo, Leo, good job, man.
In
First,
all the wrong places.
Leo saying he used the box method. It worked on his first trade. Cashed out. Good job.
Hell yeah.
I want to see buyers support this year, but they're failing. Minute left in this 5-minute.
Yeah, you're gonna love the details in that video. It's a very short video, but it simplifies so much.
Point of control is trying to hold up. It's looking like it wants to hold support here. It's just obviously sellers are trying to hit that 63.0825, which is my stop at the moment. That's that 5-minute low right there. 15-minute low too, should say. Yeah, there it is. There's a stop on that 15-minute low. Also, again, rejecting supply up here. I'm really looking to see if we have a short position setting up, which it looks like we do. We had a red candles. We just had our wick. I'm looking for shorts on ES. Changing bias. time is it, guys? 10:04. I'm probably gonna wrap the stream up early today. We'll see though if we get some good selling pressure. Nas crazy rejection. Nvidia selling off on that. See if
Nvidia
ES
got a
wants.
little bit out of hand yesterday and today. So yeah, it would be nice to pull back a little bit and give us a chance to get in again.
Yeah, we might
Ooh,
hold the
damn.
support here on ES for a moment.
They printed right off that volume node for bulls.
Nice. Let's see. Waiting for a short entry here.
There's a pivot right there too. That's like consecutive with QQQ as well.
Nice. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna try a short ES. I want to be careful. I'm looking at the 15 for continuation, so my stop loss would be at the current 15 high we have. I know this is sort of counter trend trading, so I do want to be a little careful on that, a little conservative with my stop loss. Might also get a retest of that supply zone. Right now we're going from bid to ask, bid to ask. So if we break it, stop me out, I will look for a re-entry and look for the range. Okay, so buyers are trying to consolidate here. Once we get a little dip, we'll see.
In a half back, they're going to be trying to say, are you sure we want to go higher?
Okay, adjusting my stop loss to 63.12. I'm in shorts on ES, looking for 15-minute continuation of the downside off of the supply zone. If we fail it, then I'm just going to stop out. That's okay.
Be nimble, my friend.
Yep. Gotta always be careful with your trades. Never risk more than you're willing to lose on a trade.
I can agree with a bearish scalp there, but I'm a little more cautious. I'm holding on support. Or holding out for support.
I like that we're trying to make new lows recently here on Bookmap. Like lower lows, lower lows.
On NQ, there's another volume node right here.
And VIX is pushing higher. Come on, give us a spike lower. Let's drop. Let's trap all these people trying to chase these longs.
Yep.
Big drop.
That's what I'm thinking, but it also can resemble a bear trap right here too. So
Yeah.
be careful with that liquidity.
Yep, we got VWAP down here. Could be a possible target.
Yep. Great minds. Good short though.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good right now.
Let's be ready.
Yeah, right. Be ready for it to not be.
Well, with the trend behind us, I mean that move's gonna snap quick.
Yep, that's true. Gonna look to exit one contract. I averaged up in my position because when we pulled back here, I got another contract. So I just got out of that contract right now, holding two still.
Sometimes bulls can choose violence too.
That's true. They usually do.
Yep.
Oh, I don't like they pulled the orders to the upside.
I saw that.
They said ha ha ha.
I think they're trying to trap range here, and then they'll give it one more beat before they decide which way they're going to let it break.
Yeah.
This will be like the third wave in the function on the 5-second chart.
In the function. 37 seconds left. Need to see sellers.
Channels that are either, trending up, trending down, or trending sideways on the 5-second chart, and if you watch it long enough, you can kind of gather about where you'd expect the break, and you just compare it to your 1 and 5-minute chart and go, okay, well, what's the likely scenario here? We can put probabilities to work for us here,
Right.
and then if we're loosely educated on Elliott wave theory, it kind of makes sense. The third beat typically will have a break.
Yep.
And you can go
There you
further and
go.
apply fib levels to it if you want, but
Now give us a
Threes.
drop.
3s, 5s, 7s, 9s. It's all in a sequence.
I'd like to see us move lower towards 6,300.
We just had angular resistance break.
430 for the 5 minutes to
Now.
close. See if we get another spike here to the downside.
Testing previous resistance for support, and we're going to see which way it plays right here.
My stop loss is in this other supply zone up here, so if we start rallying, I'm gonna just get stopped out. Ooh, and NASDAQ trying to hold. So's Nvidia. So's Apple. Ooh, a lot of equities trying to hold at this point. Big red flag there. I want to see where our point of control was on that last 5 minute. That will tell me if I hold or not. If it's lower, I hold. If it's higher, I fold. If it'll pull up. There we go. Oh, bro, it's in the middle. I guess I'll have to wait for the 15 to close. Looking for this 15 minute to push lower below this white level and close below that white level. We have 3 minutes left in the 5 minute. So it either hits stop loss or hits take profit. But right now it just had a crazy move to the downside to try to stop people out. Now it might have that same move to the upside. So be a little careful, be a little patient. We've had some more aggressive selling pressure the past few candles. We really held 6306 very strong. Apple holding up, Nvidia struggling a bit now. Meta new high a day. Nvidia hit 4 trillion. That's insane, dude. That is absolutely absurd. All right, 230 left on the 5 minute here. I really need to see sellers step back in. Without that, then of course there's a better chance that we want to hold this and push higher. Sellers have so far, for the past at least couple minutes, have sort of stepped out of the picture, stepped out of the way. 30 minute was bullish. So only 15 minute that was sort of bearish.
Amazon going to test resistance again.
There we go. Yep, there we go. It spiked me out of those shorts. Wouldn't be totally against re-entering if we just drop like we're hot right here.
Yeah, they just rejected the box.
The box.
The trap detector box. That's a method that whenever I see a flag on any time frame, I can print that out, and it's so freaking true every time. It'll wick to the edge of the trap detector box and give me a signal.
Nice. Apple pulling back, Nvidia weak. But a minute 20 left, I would need the sell-off to start like right now and just like fall out the sky. So I'll re-enter here with a very tight stop loss, looking for a quick move lower. And if we don't get the quick move lower, then I'm just out. So I'm in the shorts. So far giving us a move lower. Entry point wasn't half bad. A minute left. Need us to break below this white line and close below that white line. That is 6308.25. We just hit 6308.25. Buyers ain't giving up, man. Apple selling off, Nvidia pushing lower though. 34 seconds left. We did not get that fast reaction we started to. And then buyers held it again. It's what it did just before too. Let's be patient. Let's give it another 20 seconds. Let's see some momentum. If we don't get it, guys, if we close somewhere above this white level, then we just stop out of this trade no matter where we are. 14 seconds left. Nvidia pushing lower, Apple pushing lower, but near a support zone. And 5 seconds, not looking good to hold these shorts. Not looking good to hold those shorts, man. Yep. Alright, let's see if we get a little drop. We'll exit into some profits.
God, the home lenders are out in force again.
Eh.
If you're thinking about refinancing, hell no.
Oh my god.
I've got the lowest percentage interest rate I've ever had in my life. I ain't giving that up.
Alright, does ES want to give us a little profits on this? Let's see. Oh, they're pulling orders again, guys. Be careful. Dude, they're messing around today. FAFO, right? F around and find out. I learned that one like a week ago. I'd really like us to get back to that 97 point. That's also what's sort of holding me in these shorts, is that we have liquidity to the downside. $6,300 too. But each time a seller tries to step in, as of lately, what happens, guys? Buyers bring them back. Been trying to make some new lows off of the supply zone, but lately we've been trying to hold it. So let's see.
You probably don't have too many problems with mosquitoes where you are, do you?
If I'm outside and it's dark, yeah. Like weather-wise, yeah, we get them.
Someone finally invented my dream toy.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Automated laser that shoots mosquitoes right out
Oh,
of
I
the sky.
saw that. I saw that. That's funny.
Right? I want one.
Hmm.
Especially if I can get it to make cool laser beam noises.
That's funny. Alright, let's see, guys. I want to see Nvidia start to sell off hard here. It's trying to get below VWAP. It's trying to currently hold it at the moment, though. 220 left on this. Thinking of just exiting my full position here. Definitely moving my stop loss lower. I don't even care if it wicks me out. I just don't want to risk much on this trade. Yeah, we're just going to manually exit that. Guys, this price action is currently garbage in my opinion. We're trying to reject the supply zone. In fact, I think I would be more short than long. It's not in my playbook to enter a trade and have it chop on me for a long time. Usually my better trades are entered near good areas and have a quick reaction, not chop around like this for a while.
I also got to get one of those sprinkler turrets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The deer found a unique way to take all the peaches off my tree.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do gotta wrap this stream up early today. I got some stuff to take care of, gotta get ready for Futures Fever, a whole lot to do. So you guys, hit me up if you got any questions. Follow me on social media, is Bullishbrs and Trading with Kev. And of course, you guys know any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message. And join our community if you're here on YouTube, bullishbrs.com. We go live Monday through Friday.